Sam, guess what? Guess what?
What?
We're getting ninjas.
We're getting ninjas?
We're getting ninjas. I am so excited.
Ninjas in D&D?
Not quite, but like it's a ninja D&D revolution.
Wait,
Okay.
you're talking like ninjas, or ninja like the Fortnite streamer ninja?
No. You see, when they banned the swords in Japan from the common folk, so only the samurai and the shinsengumi and the strong nobles and shits, that's when the ninjas attacked, because they had nothing at all. So the common man couldn't fight for themselves, right? Now I'm probably misrepresenting the history here majorly. I will gladly have someone call in and correct me on this shit. Metatron, I'm looking at you. But the essential idea is that when a authority figure says no, right? Everything gets banned.
Right.
That's when the ninjas the rise up, the revolution, and new advancements are made. Kind of like with the war. So they were taking everyday objects. These are weapons now. Making their own weapons. Making their own swords. Making everything. A similar thing happened in Germany.
Okay.
They banned swords in Germany, right? And then came the Kriegsmesser, which literally means war knife. And the war knife, you might wonder, how is this any different than a sword? Same length, crossguard, the whole deal.
Yeah, well, look at a war knife now.
Go right ahead. They're great. In fact, it's one of my favorite swords of all time. Some would even compare it to being the European katana, but that's not exactly the case.
These look kind of just like long Bowie knives, kind of.
No, they're
not quite.
Not quite. But what really sets them apart is by the German law at the time, a sword had two edges, and a knife had one. So, single-edged blade, the size of a sword, but it's a knife. This is how new innovations are made. When one door closes, another door opens, and that seems to be the case.
Like, I see where this is going.
Yeah, because we're getting a lot of stuff going on this week. That being said, let's start the show.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you feeling that?
Yeah, it's so good. I like it.
I can vibe to this. Welcome to Dungeons and Talkshows. I'm your host, Orion.
I swear it never gets old, and I'm your host, Sam.
Oh, you missed the cue there, bud. Little slow on the update.
I was a little distracted by the intro.
One step at a time, but I am glad we're making it.
Hope you all are enjoying our new intro. I'm liking it quite a lot.
We have focus tested on this one. That's what they call it, right?
Some new art coming as well.
Ooh, I saw that just before the show. It was looking nice.
We're getting close to our new icon and Twitter and social banners and stuff like that.
I don't even like Twitter, but you know, I'm starting to come around to it because that's where all the news is breaking right now in the community.
Truly. The world is in uproar and Twitter is upset.
You are lucking out right now, Elon, because now I'm paying attention. I swore off Twitter the moment it came out, but I've amended my ways. Yeah, that's like... I don't even know at this point. You kind of need it to get by if you're trying to promote stuff or keep up on current events. Like, the community is majorly blowing up right now. Everyone's got to cancel their D&D Beyond subscriptions.
Oh, yeah?
You gotta sign the petition. Leaks everywhere. Dude, I can't even keep up with the news. We shouldn't even have a proper news segment because it's all over the place. So any news that's dropped this episode is gonna be all over the place.
Man, honestly, it's hard to keep up with everything that's going on. Critical Role finally released their kind of piece. A few other companies are beginning to do the same.
Crit
I
Roll got a
believe,
statement? What?
yeah, they made a slight statement, as much as they could legally.
I didn't think they were allowed to have an opinion on this one.
The way they said it was pretty, pretty standard legally. They couldn't make any, outright claims against Wizards of the Coast. But they did kind of back their statement by standing by the community.
Very agnostic, very neutral of you, Critical Role, and I respect that because sometimes you got to do what your lawyers say.
Yeah. They are getting a bunch of heat because people were, expecting more, but you gotta understand they can only do so much.
Listen, I had my expectations right where they needed to be. The moment Sam Riegel came out with his "Sponsor me, won't somebody sponsor me?" Yeah, like I knew where things were going. Like I'm not going to be offended that Crit Roll isn't having a strong stance on this. They're not allowed to. There's contracts involved.
Yeah, there's people's lives at stake.
Or at least livelihoods, and like you don't attack a man's livelihood.
Yeah, that's like, law.
They used to kill over that shit.
They did.
It's wild.
So today I present everyone with Bone Devils when we get to it. Hope you all enjoy the research that I have prepared.
Always do.
So where do we want to start today?
Ooh, where do we start with Bone Devils? I just picture like this big skeletal mass of spikes in terror.
Essentially, they're horrifying beasts. They are, humanoid in shape. They are, the 2 legs, 2 arms. They do have a long, barbed and spiked tail.
I think I might reflavor them in my settings with more legs and arms because I just like a
they
big.
do also have wings. They are,
what?
Decent flyers apparently.
How are they gonna fly? Like with what?
They have wings. I don't know. They're kind of like they look kind of similar to like a fairy's kind of wings, or like a dragonfly.
Was there like membranes?
Yeah.
The fuck?
I think they have remember correctly, it's like the 2 sets of wings, the 2 big ones and the 2 small ones.
Yeah, like that's really cool, but I just
yeah, you don't expect something like that to have wings, right?
No, like I just picture a skull, a hulking mass of bony destruction and spikes.
Looking at them, they have actually 6 wings, it looks like.
What?
Yeah, we do have a subreddit now, so we'll be posting our, references to these things on our subreddit.
Ooh.
Hope you all check that out.
Yeah, I took a little bit of time to throw that together. We're also throwing podcast episodes up on there.
Great. Thank you. We are trying to get all these socials, in hand.
Well,
Yeah, I guess let's get started.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Bone Devils are large fiends, the humanoid body shape. They have wings, horns, and a long tail with a deadly stinger.
Ooh.
Known as the devious taskmasters of the 9 hells, these evil monsters take great pleasure in bullying and tormenting those weaker than they are.
Ooh.
Driven by hate, lust, and envy, they see weaker devils to work, taking special delight in seeing fiends that defy them demoted.
Wait, did you just say lust?
Yeah. Driven by hate, lust, and envy.
They're boner devils now?
Well, I don't know if it's a sexual lust. It could be, a lust for combat or a lust for death.
I don't know. The boner devil sounds like a wild animal.
Devil. Got a bone to pick with you, man.
That just sounds like the guy that maybe you want to, maybe you don't want to invite this one to the party. He's like, oh man, That's a boner devil. Oh,
Makes
damn.
that everybody's problem. Yeah,
Damn.
but at the same time, they long for promotion and are bitterly envious of their superiors, something to curry favor through it, though it irks them to do so. A, a bone devil appears as a humanoid husk with dried skin stretched tight across its skeletal frame. It
Mm.
bears a fearsome skull-like head and the tail of a scorpion, and a foul odor of decay hangs in the air around it. Though they are devastating in combat with their claws, bone devils also wield hooked pole arms made of bone, which they use to subdue enemies before striking with their venomous tails.
So it's like a dog catcher with a scorpion tail?
Essentially,
That's wild, dude.
a hooked pole arm just hooks you in, stabs you with its venomous tail.
I'm a
It's
big fan
rough.
of the hooked weapons.
Me
We don't
too.
we don't see enough of those. Like in 3.5, there were hook swords. You didn't see them often, but damn if they weren't fucking cool.
And I've always been an avid fan of the scythe. They've been my favorite weapon for as long as I can remember.
And just rule it as a halberd and give it the ability to trip people up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can weapon grapple with these babies. Go right for it, pull them in tight, tuck them into bed. That's what I like.
Right. Yeah, so adventurers usually encounter these monsters when they are set on missions to the lower planes. Bone
Right?
devils are physically imposing creatures. They use their strength and power to bully others into submission. these these cruel creatures enjoy torturing rebels and heretics and will go to great lengths to ensure their victims suffer as much as possible. Bone devils are also known for their cunning and deceit, which they use to get what they want.
And what do they want?
They want power, man.
They
Same as
want,
any other demon or devil. They
yeah,
want servants.
evidently,
They want power.
they want the end of the revolution.
Mm-hmm.
Dear gods, bone devils are running the Wizards of the Coasts. They're trying to quell the revolution. The new
Everyone
CEO
summon
is
their
a bone devil.
devils to help.
It's two bone devils in trench coats.
Oh my god! I mean, they're pretty large. I mean, you can have one fit into a trench coat.
No, they're just two separate ones. Like, you got the typical CEO, big fat man, but these are bony fucks, so they just put him in a trench coat, and it's like a corset. No,
Oh
not a
my
corset. No, not that. What's the other one called? Petticoat, where it's all like
Oh,
poof and
yes,
up
yes,
and
petticoat.
around. Yeah, one of those. So you think this is a very portly man walking about, but really it's a bone devil in disguise.
Oh man, wonder if they could use like the sky self or like minor image or whatever.
Dude, that's perfect.
Have a bone devil disguised as somebody.
Yes.
Holy.
Dude, that'd be wild. You got that scorpion tail. Wow, gotcha.
Oh jeez, someone's on to you. Ching! Oh man, what happened?
Dude,
Yes.
it's great.
They're intensely envious of their superiors. You know, these creatures are always looking for ways to make themselves look better in the eyes of their masters. Now, bone devils are usually found in the lower planes where they torment the souls of the damned. This isn't always the case. They can be summoned by evil mortals to do their bidding.
But they're so jealous and petty. Like, the moment they come out of that summoning portal, and you're like, hey, go get my enemies. And they're just like, you know what? This is a pretty opulent looking fucking room. You know what? Fuck
Yeah, right?
you with all your power and shit. I'm taking this, and I'm killing your enemies. And I'm going to
Like,
kill their
watch out,
neighbors
listen to
too.
you. I'll kill them and you.
Yeah, that's right. Get them all. Got it. Lock and key. All this treasure, mine now. All this power. I'm gonna go make some deals while I'm up and about. Gonna move up the
Exactly.
ladder.
Now, allow me to go a little bit deeper into the lores of demons and devils to kind of clear up the confusion, because it is quite confusing.
I'm a confused person.
For starters, all demons and devils are fiends. Demons and
Okay.
devils are not the same things. In fact, they are vastly different and hate one another.
Okay.
So there are three types of categories of demons, with the first, with the first being the Obrith.
Okay.
So the
So,
Obrith are the oldest of the demonic races. Sorry, what were you saying?
so like these ogre, like, you know what? I didn't really have a
No.
I didn't have a fully thought out thought. It's like I had
Ah,
a question and then it just dissipated.
my fault. My fault.
Oh no, it's not you.
But yeah. So the Obriths are the oldest of the demonic races. They had ruled the abyss for years. They created the Tanari, the second race of demons, and they were subsequently defeated by slave rebellions and sent into hiding.
Ah,
Uh, the Obriths were almost eldritch in nature, and they predated mortal races, and even some of the gods themselves.
cool.
Some people and some, wise wizards and saints and this like believe that they came from another reality altogether.
Hmm.
So the Tanari are the demons that we see today. They ruled the abyss in modern times and were created when evil human souls entered the abyss. The Tanari are dominant in the souls that have been infected with chaos. Oh, and our souls that have been infected with chaos. They are vice personified, and various demonic creatures and lords are Tanari. These
Hmm.
include Rox, Mariliths, Baylors, and even the demonic lord Demogorgon.
Ooh. I saw Stranger
Yeah,
Things. I know a thing or two about a
yeah,
Demogorgon.
they were once human souls, apparently.
And second thought, I do realize that the Demogorgon in Stranger Things is not the same as Demogorgon in D&D.
Right, slightly different.
We're going to have to do an episode on that sometime, clear up that confusion, because a lot of people came into the hobby. They're like,
It's very
oh,
true.
Demogorgon? Hot damn. I know about Demogorgon. I watch Stranger Things.
Yeah. When in reality, in D&D lore, Demogorgon is a demon lord. He rules his own circle of hell.
Yeah, doesn't he have like two heads and tentacles and all
He
kinds of
does.
shit?
He does. Yes, I believe he has two, like, almost gorilla-like heads.
Yeah, I've
And this
seen that.
large, like, ape body and, like, tentacle arms. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I think he's on the cover of that module Out of the Abyss or some shit.
Right, yeah. Eventually, I will do an episode on Demogorgon
Oh, got to.
when I get to the demon lords and
Mm.
such.
Well,
So, the Tanari and, Demogorgon and the like, these demons are bred for evil and destruction. They have no friends, no allies, and no remorse for anything they do.
I'm caught
Typically,
on the no friends part.
damn, am I a demon? Typically, if you're fighting demons in the abyss, then you are fighting some of the Tanari. So finally, the Lumara are the newest and youngest race, and are typically immaterial beings that seek to possess and cause harm. Most of them are said to be from the dreams of dead gods, and they seek to spread evil however they can.
Ooh.
More like ghosts than demons, the Lumaras were immortal or immaterial horrors, living nightmares unfettered by physical limits. They work through material creatures and objects to sate their own twisted desires.
You know what, Sam?
Yes.
I think you should be proud of me because I heard you say the word horrors and I didn't mistake it for the word whores.
I'm proud. Yeah, I'm proud of you too. Thank you.
I like to think this is character development.
It is. It is. Look how much you've grown.
Yeah. Look at me.
Yeah. So it's hard to believe that something lawful evil like the devils can exist in the Underdark or the Abyss. Um, these devils are more like fallen angels in their mannerisms. And rather than being mindless fighters, they are tricksters and liars. Rather than
Ooh.
kill a human and take his soul, they want to trick you into giving it away through a contract. Devils
Ah.
also have a strict hierarchy in their lands.
So on one hand, you have a bunch of savages that want to tear everything apart. On the other hand, you have the greatest evil of all, bureaucrats.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I'm pretty sure You ever see that Rugrats in Paris movie? You know, the one where Chucky's dad goes to Paris to get himself a hot Asian wife?
Yeah, I do.
Well, you see, he has this line in the movie, and he's all like, I think bureaucrats are fascinating. And I've never heard a line that had made panties wetter in my life than, I think bureaucrats are fascinating.
Is that true?
Yeah. That's
listeners, please confirm or deny this.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, you throw that line out there, and panties drop everywhere, because when you get down to it, Chucky's dad's really a devil in disguise. Yes, this is my theory. I submit to you. Thank you for calling. Not calling.
Maybe Rugrats lore.
Yeah, new Rugrats lore. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Oh man, thank you. I appreciate it. You've enlightened me.
Yeah, see, he's clearly some form of bureaucrat, and he's a ginger, so he doesn't have a soul. So he's out there stealing souls. It all adds up.
He's just feeding souls to Chucky.
Because that kid don't have a mom.
Oh my god.
And then Chucky grew up to be the rogue in your very own campaign.
It's all come full circle.
Yeah, edgy backstories.
I think in like Rugrats All Grown Up, that is the kind of character that he would play. There was a D&D episode.
The obligatory D&D episode. I love those so much. Like, they had them in a few different iterations of the Ninja Turtles and other shows. That held Gravity Falls with their 38-sided die. Fuck yeah.
I did love the community D&D episodes. Those were pretty great.
Oh, dude. You ever see that show iZombie?
I love that show.
They had an entire episode where main bitch goes and eats a DM's brain, and then she's got the entire episode she's running on DM brain. Storytelling.
Like, pain, I think.
Yeah, she was running a game, and like everyone else was like getting really into it, and she's all doing the storytelling. If only she had enough DM brain to last her an entire campaign. That probably fizzled out. But damn if the people on the show didn't seem like they were getting into it.
Honestly, that was such a good show. Why do they gotta cancel everything? Come on, Netflix, get it together.
Honestly, it was just another take on... give it a fresh take, but just another take on another crime show. Like, dude, does everything have to be a crime show? We had Moonlight that gave you a vampire being a detective and solving crimes. We have iZombie, a zombie out there solving crimes. We have something else solving crimes. A ghost whisperer. It's a bitch out there solving crimes with ghosts. Just come on, people. It's enough.
Yeah, man. The genre people like.
Undead beings solving crimes. What's next? Werewolves solving crimes? Oh, wait.
Yes, I would watch that.
Oh, that jumped the fuck out of me. My cat just opened the door. It's midwinter. What the fuck you doing, Shadow?
Cat's a demon.
I'll be right back.
The cat's an imp in disguise, man. Take a quick pause while he's dealing with cat technical difficulties.
Honestly, what the fuck?
All right, let's get continued.
Unless that wasn't my cat and that was actually ghosts that are upset in my opinions.
I'm telling you, man, the imp is taking the form of your cat.
I think Reddit's coming for me.
All right, so.
But I'm not Wizards of the Coast.
Knee slap.
Dude, that's what we need to be doing. We need to be selling torches and pitchforks to the community.
Oh man, it's time. Virtual NFT pitchforks.
Get your D&D NFT pitchforks today.
I'll be rich.
Or
to wrangle us back on track.
Oh, that was a great tangent.
Oh my god. So, unlike with demons, where every powerful demon with an army can just up and call himself a demon prince, every devil is subservient to another devil, all the way up to the archdevils and the highest devils ever. Asmodeus, every devil has a purpose and they seek to serve it well. Devils even follow the rules set out in their contracts. They know all the loopholes, they stack the deck, take advantage of every bit of ambiguity that they can. But if someone manages to beat or outwit them, they file the contract. They take their L.
Ooh. What I'm hearing here is Better Call Saul is the character I gotta be playing. Like, hello, my name is Saul Goodman, party
It's
bard.
the full situation with the golden fiddle. You beat him at the contest, fair and square. You know?
Yeah. So what you're saying is bards are the way to deal with devils.
I don't even think a devil would want to deal with a bard.
Yeah, the fiddle incident, Saul Goodman. Nah.
They'd be like, oh hell no.
Ah, hell no. Ah, hell, I bet there's a bard out there that's challenged a devil to a fucking contest.
Oh Jesus. I don't think he would win.
Now that'd be wild.
We'll change it to an IRL fuck score.
Oh, that's a good idea for no, it isn't. No, it's not. Bone Devils. What's the IRL fuck score? I'd have to give it a 2.
Oh, man.
And dress it up a little bit.
Put in a dress.
Boner Devil, however, give that one a 6.
Yeah, the slightly exotic variant of the bone devil.
Ah, that's great.
Oh my god. So I said I would talk about the Blood War, and I have prepared a little piece for you all.
Ooh.
It will be continued in the later episodes of this mini series.
Ah, chapter 1.
So, given the sheer chaoticness of demons and the lawful order of devils living in the abyss, the conflict between the two seemed like a no-brainer. This
Right.
leads to the Blood War. No one really knows what started the Blood War, but the very violent nature of the demons and devils has seen it continue for literally millions of years. Most of the time, the battles are centered around the first of the 9 layers of hell, Avernus. This place is the abyss, and demons invade downward while devils push upward, fighting in bloody clashes to gain territory that could be lost to them tomorrow.
Wow, that sounds so tedious.
That's why it never ends. There's never really a true end to this war. But they do say that once it does end, then Asmodeus can finally rise up and conquer the other realms.
That makes me think of that guy from Skyrim. Rise up! Rise up! So Asmodeus can conquer the realms!
It really does.
Damn. Feed Nazim to a devil. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Fuck that
Now,
guy.
Does the Blood War sound like a bad thing to you or like a good?
What the Blood War sounds like to me is that it sounds like Congress.
I mean, essentially, yeah. It's the devils, Congress, fighting with the people, devils, or demons.
Yeah. Ain't that what Republicans and Democrats are? Devils and demons fighting each other for supremacy.
D&D has been a reflection of our world all along.
Thanks, Gygax. I totally wanted politics in my hobby.
Politics is my D&D?
Oh, hell nah. Me and the boys about to roll up on Wizards of the Coast and fix this one.
Well, yeah, I mean, I asked this question because, as long as the forces of evil are ripping each other apart, they can't attack the other realms.
It makes sense.
Well, I feel like in one way it is kind of a good thing for everybody else.
So does that mean, like, Congress gridlock is a good thing?
Yeah.
Like, on one hand, one side of the aisle wants all this shit to be passed or repealed or whatever, and same for the other side. So as long as they're in gridlock, they're not, like, one side's not going to take over completely and make the other half of the country feel like shit for it.
Essentially.
Yeah, so we're all equally miserable now. Yeah.
Pretty much.
These mirrors of our reality, it's wonderful.
Sorry if we have any Christian viewers who doesn't like being referred to as some type of demon.
Don't worry, they're just devils.
Yeah. We don't mean it in any offensive way.
No, I would have to say that I'll throw this out there to everybody of every persuasion, anywhere, anytime at all. Full offense.
Fuck you all equally.
I'm egalitarian. I'm so giving.
All right, I'm sorry. So the blood war can never truly end. Both sides are continuously gaining reinforcements. It is notoriously hard to kill a demon or devil if you aren't on their home plane. The continuing blood war is often called the balance, because if the scales tips too far in one side's favor and the war ends, the mortal races in the other realms of goodwill pay the price.
I wonder if there's a similar war going on in the celestial planes.
I imagine not.
I mean,
Maybe, I don't know.
yeah, because like you got law and chaos. That's always going to be at odds.
Yeah.
Like, are they really going to just let each other be?
Yeah, I think the way it works is like they kind of leave them to their own devices and just kind of wait and see if one side wins, and then they'll kind of step in.
It's just kind of waiting to pounce.
They can't go and kill all of them, you know.
Nah, I can't. None of it.
I believe the Celestials are heavily outnumbered. If you were to put the devils and demons up against.
I think they clashed at a few points in the lore.
I believe in the Descent into Avernus adventure, there is several confrontations.
That does sound interesting. I took a peek through the back pages of that book, and I saw there were some really cool Mad Max looking vehicles.
Yeah,
and they take soul coins.
Run a campaign of that.
Dude, I got the book at my house because Christian left it here, and it's the alt art cover, so it looks really sick.
Nice. I also have the book.
Dude, I would love to see some of that. The soul coin thing is a little interesting.
Yeah,
because like
I think it would do well with the Grim Hollows monsters and stuff.
It might, but maybe not. I kind of like the whole. I might. You know, I have fully formulated my thought now. Yeah, I'm thinking that I might be able to take those vehicles and port them over to the setting I'm working on.
The ultra modern.
Yeah, the ultra modern one that's kind of like Trigun and Desert Punk and all those kind of wasteland punk adventures on a desolate planet. You know, like just take that all, throw it in a pot, cook it up,
right.
Give it that Western flavor. I'm thinking some vehicles like that would be they'd be right at home, you know, give that little Mad Max touch.
Yeah, sounds pretty sick. I'm excited to see what you do with it.
Yeah, it's gonna take a long time for me to cook this one up because I don't plan on DMing for a while because you know how my life is. I got the wife and 4 kids. Hell nah. I'm gonna be a minute.
Yeah, no problem. I feel the same. You know, I'm kind of DMing is really fun, but I miss being a player.
Yeah, but at least you're taking your turn at the DM seat.
Yeah, it's been quite a while.
Yeah, it's good because you get to give an example for the other players at our table to learn from. It's kind of, yeah, you know, kind of like what I was doing with the last game. Gotta spread the love, give everyone a chance.
Exactly.
Rest in peace, forever DMs. We love you.
We do. You do a great service for all of us. Thank you.
Yeah, you're all sacrificial lambs, but like you're very appreciated. Dude, I know a forever DM that is so deep in being a forever DM that he's homebrewed so much he can't actually be a player anymore.
Oh man.
His own rulings have gone so far that he can't. He's tried. Because no system makes sense after that much homebrew and effort. And all his players just collectively understand what his rules are. But the thing is, if any of them tried to run a game, they're not able to look up where he got his rulings from because all his stuff is just what he's doing.
Right.
It's wild. We're going to have him in on the show. He's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. What else you got on these Bone Devils?
Oh yes, so I did kind of make a piece for anyone interested in maybe summoning a bone devil in their game.
Summoning a Bone Devil. How does one do this?
Oh, it's a process, I'll tell you. So all devils have a true name, which can be
Okay.
used to summon them or gain control of them.
Ooh, I haven't seen True Name in anything in a
Hmm.
while. Like, that's a power system on its own.
It is. It is. Devils are very reluctant to divulge their true names. They will only do so if they are threatened with significant harm, or maybe persuaded, or in their contract or whatever. However, you
Ooh.
can maybe spin it. Yeah.
Fine print that bitch.
Yeah. As a rule, bone devils hate being summoned and will do everything they can to escape. They are not above betraying those who summon them. Many mages have met their end by summoning defiant devils.
Hmm.
Another way to go there yourself. There is a dangerous undertaking as the lower planes are fraught with danger. Only experienced adventurers should attempt to travel to the Nine Hells, as they will likely not make it out alive.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And when it comes into the true name, if you're able to divulge that and then find it somehow, you know, according to
Dude,
your DM, it's possible.
I'd have to have so much prepped as a DM for true
Mhm.
names, because if I didn't know about that right away, I'd be sorely underprepared.
Yeah. And then I also believe you would have to bind it to the material plane somehow. But
Like
yeah, I
a
also
item of
yeah, yeah.
sorts.
I believe the planar binding spell, I think, is a spell that you can use. Um,
Hmm.
I also believe the sixth level spell, Summon Fiend, can summon a bone devil that way. Um,
Hmm.
if I remember correctly, I believe so. It gets a little tricky because the bone devil itself is a CR9 fiend, so I don't know the quite specifics of Summon Fiend, but if it's up to that task, I'm sure you can.
I'm pretty sure that stuff scales with most summoning spells.
Yeah, but then you meet the process of just because you summoned it doesn't mean you have control over it.
Fair, fair.
You could summon it and then it could beat your ass. Like I don't know.
Well, they
And
do. They have a way about them. Honestly,
yeah,
they're
gaining that
jealous.
true control is no easy task. So for any DM interested in maybe putting this in their game, your players must learn the true name of the particular creature they want, and then
Ooh,
bind them to the material plane.
oh,
Being lawful evil, they are easier to work with than the usual demon or lower devil. However, they will take every opportunity to corrupt and misguide you.
makes sense. I'm really liking the true name thing because I've
Hmm.
seen media that used the true name thing before,
Right?
and you could totally Uno reverse that on the players.
Yeah, probably. I don't see why not.
Yeah, like each of the players has a true name. If you let the
Okay.
true name system have weight in your world, that can be massive. You could topple kingdoms with a true name.
Yeah.
You could
It's one
possess,
of the most
yeah.
guarded secrets for devils and fae.
I would imagine most mortals don't know their true name. You could have an entire character arc just discovering a true name.
It's very true. Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, like there'd be like a very rare, hard to get to creature that can reveal a true name. Like, say, maybe a sphinx or a unicorn would be a good fit for that.
Maybe. Definitely, I feel like that could be figured out. That'd be so interesting.
Yeah, like a whole true name arc. And once everyone finds their true names, they get like power over themselves, like unlocked
Oh,
potential, you know?
yeah, I like it.
Yeah, that little guru, hey, I will unlock your potential boost.
Bonus level up, maybe.
Well,
Extra.
maybe a feat or a
Yeah,
boon.
feet would be good. So I did prepare the stats and abilities of the Bone Devil.
Cool, cool.
It is a CR9 large fiend. They are lawful evil.
Hmm.
They have a strength of 18, a dex of 16, constitution of 18, intelligence of 13, wisdom of 14, and charisma of 16.
Hmm.
They are both immune to fire and poison, and are resistant to cold and magic.
That's to be expected.
Mm-hmm. Uh, did you know that they have a significant weakness to silver?
Really? That is not something I expected from any devil to have.
Yeah, that was definitely an interesting aspect that I didn't expect. They are resistant to physical, non-magical damage, but they are vulnerable to silver. Um,
I wonder
Devils
about that,
can.
because I've always imagined that creatures that have a vulnerability to silver, like, say, in a lot of fiction, you see lycanthropes and
Uh-huh.
vampires having a vulnerability to silver, and I have a
Mhm.
theory about that.
Okay,
So basically, how this theory works is, did you know that silver is antimicrobial?
I did not.
Yeah, it's a antimicrobial metal, which means that various microbes that come into contact with it,
Mm,
sterilized, killed, done.
makes sense.
Yeah, and the thing about silverware is, if you are using actual silverware, not only is it valuable, but it kills microbes. So one point in time, it was legitimately healthier to eat with real silverware.
That's so interesting. I didn't know that.
And how my theory is that a lot of what makes a lycanthrope or a vampire, which these are things that are passed on like a disease,
Mm-hmm.
and if it's a microbial disease that's very infectious and spreads in such a manner,
Mm-hmm.
the silver, when it cuts into the creature, be it vampire, werewolf, or what have you,
Mm-hmm.
it's actually destroying microbes in the process.
Right.
So it's
The way that I.
working on another level entirely, not just that
Uh-huh.
holy aspect.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The way that I think about it is necrotic creatures or necrotic beings. It's kind of like a disease, kind of like a, you know, kind of
Absolutely.
like a negative energy.
That used to be a damage type.
Negative or
Yeah, yeah. Before necrotic came about, negative energy damage was a thing.
oh, that's pretty cool. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
I've seen it in a few editions.
Be the same as like darkness or like
Yeah,
darkness.
yeah, essentially. That some games have darkness damage, some have negative damage, others have necrotic. Whatever system you're playing, or yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it varies, but it's pretty neat.
Right. So, because in addition to that, devils can or bone devils can fly. They do have a poisonous stinger, which can deal severe damage. As a tip for any players that may encounter a bone devil, silver arrows are a good choice. Silver
Hmm.
weapons. Yeah.
It seems like silver is easy to get because it's very common. It's one step
Yeah.
below your gold coin.
Probably
I,
much easier than, getting like a magic weapon.
right? You can get your weapons silvered. I wouldn't be surprised if someone could reasonably, if they had smithing tools, create a Damascus billet using steel and silver.
Oh, yeah, I can definitely see that.
I've seen some similar stuff done with copper, creating copper
Hmm.
Damascus. And copper is similar to silver in the sense that it has antimicrobial properties,
Hmm.
which copper is also valuable. So that's an interesting thought right there.
Oh, man, you make a conductive sword.
Dude, if you could have a copper Damascus billet, forge that into a good sword, and then manage to apply a little bit of shocking grasp to it.
Oh, man, that's sick.
Oh, I like that. Dude, I'd allow that at my table.
I would definitely allow that shocking grass through the sword.
Yeah, for sure. It's basically shocking grasp plus whatever the sword's slashing damage is.
Hmm.
I think that's reasonable. It's not overpowered.
Yeah, no, I would definitely allow that.
Reward the
It's essentially the
creativity.
same as, applying lightning to your blade.
Yeah. Lightning blade.
But yeah, that's about all I have ready today for Bone Devils.
If I had to give that thing an IRL fight score based off what you've displayed
Mm.
today, that's a hard nope.
Yeah, it's a big no. If I were to see this thing in real life, no, thank you.
Dude, I'm getting skewered every day of the week. I'm giving that a 9.
Man, whatever contract you want.
You know what? You mentioned contract. I'm dialing that back to an 8.
All right. Yeah, I feel like I could reasonably make a decent contract with the Bone Devil. Maybe
I like
I
to
would be full prepared to get betrayed, though.
Oh, absolutely. That's the full expectation. So with that, you're like, okay, I know you're going to try to fuck me on this.
Yeah, yeah.
I understand your lawyer powers and your lawyer ways. I've watched the TV shows. I know how to say ramshackle affair in court.
I plead the fifth.
I don't think pleading the fifth applies to devils. Like, they might not accept that one. But I will tell you one thing. As long as I pretend to be a smart person, I might be able to get ahead in this one.
There you go.
Like if I play down my intelligence, and then meanwhile I'm like, okay, I got to get all calculating on this one.
Make them think you're dumber than you are.
Yeah. There's a very slim chance because they do this for a living. So my odds are extremely low. That's why I'm saying that 20% or less chance that I make it through, only because of the contracts and maybe some silver if I'm lucky.
That's fair. In the time of like, all right, I'm gonna get betrayed, I prepare for that situation.
Yeah, just have a spike pit full of forks made out of silver.
Forks. You just tape a bunch of forks to spikes at the bottom of a pit.
Behold my silverware.
I'll never see it coming.
Nope. Maybe I could get a you know that stuff that one guy took a long time ago, that the dude that became blue from all the silver, put that in one of those. Yeah, put all that in a bug spray thing. Give him the spritz.
The spritz.
Yeah, give him the spritz.
What if you had like liquid silver and you just kind of splashed it on a Bone Devil? Would that do anything?
Fire damage.
Like liquid silver. You just kind of.
Well, they're immune to fire damage, aren't they?
They are.
So, I don't know.
What if you like made them drink?
Shit, if you're already at that point, make them drink some mercury.
Might as well.
Hey, dude, it's in your contract. You have to drink a mercury smoothie.
Yeah, if you ever betray me, you gotta drink this.
Oh, wait. It wasn't mercury. It was silver all along.
Just like hand them a lemonade. They're like, why is this lemonade silver? Like, oh, it's just the flavor.
Yeah. I gotta piss in it to make it look like silver. That didn't even make sense. I don't know.
Oh my god.
So let's see what we got for the homebrew showcase today.
Oh yeah, go ahead, man. Take it away.
I got this one. You're gonna like this.
All right.
Hear me out. The average weapon.
Nice.
Now this weapon can be anything. Any weapon. It's common, but it requires attunement. Now,
be a stick.
It can be whatever you want it to be as a DM. You throw this out. This type of weapon stick. Always appears to be of average make and condition. It is always etched, stamped, or stained with an image of a set of balanced scales with equal weights on both sides. It is a magical weapon. When you make an attack with this weapon, you never have advantage or disadvantage on the attack roll. If you hit a target with your attack, you do not roll damage dice. The weapon always deals the average damage for the dice that would otherwise be rolled. Any additional damage the attack would do, such as sneak attack, I don't know if that's actually applicable, or Paladin's Divine Smite, also deals average damage for the dice that would be rolled.
Oh.
That's what it says. I'm a little skeptical about the sneak attack because, as correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm more than prepared to be wrong.
Hmm.
Isn't a rogue's sneak attack contingent on having advantage?
I believe so. No, I don't think so. Because I mean, if the weapon can't physically have advantage, but you would still essentially have advantage, I guess it makes sense.
Mm. Leave that to your DM to decide, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Let's say if you're in a position to where you can do a sneak attack, you would essentially have advantage.
I guess so. I think this is a
I don't know.
great
That's how
way.
I feel like I would rule it, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
however your DM rules
I think this is a great weapon to throw to the player that is terrible at keeping track of their dice.
it. Yeah. If you have a player that has horrible rolls on attacks, there you go.
Yeah, well, we've all seen that one player that have their dice backstab them every game.
Yep.
Just give
They
them
can't
old
land a single
reliable.
hit.
Yeah.
Oh, reliable. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. That's a
Oh,
great weapon.
oh yeah, it's fantastic. Because some people are very pedantic when it comes to their weapons and stuff. So
Hmm.
you could take that out of the equation entirely just with this weapon. And they'd be like, oh, well, it's average. My damage is going to be consistent every
Hmm.
time. So they'll do all kinds of shit to increase their average.
Right.
And it's not objectively bad, you know?
Yeah, it can't be bad.
It's, I could see this
It's
weapon be.
average.
It's honestly the magic of the weapon comes with attacking someone while you're blindfolded.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, you can be a human with your bad human eyes walking around with this thing, and you're perfectly fine.
Even in like pure darkness.
Yes. So it has its uses, it has its place, and that's why I bring to you guys the average weapon.
I
Now,
like it. I like it.
yeah, this was created by the Amethyst Dragon, and you can find more of their 5e content at amethyst-dragon.com. We'll plug that in the description. And it says copyright to Nathaniel Bruja.
Ooh,
Bruja. Ooh.
nice.
Now that's a name.
Ooh.
Bruja, bruh. All right, what you got?
All right. Give me 1 second. I can't see. I don't think I have a. Yeah, there's no kind of name on this, but
Oh,
I present to you all.
you gotta bring
Huh?
in the names, my guy.
I know, man. These these entries don't really have any names after them. I'm so sorry. So I present to you the Tome of Dark Words.
Mm.
This is a wondrous legendary item. It's a tome, it's a book. So this tome can only be used by a wizard with an evil alignment. I felt like this was
Cool.
pretty fitting for the devil episode.
You know
So
that really is. I like that.
hmm. So any creature that touches this tome with a good alignment takes 5d8 necrotic damage, and the tome teleports to an unoccupied space on the ground within 5 feet of that creature.
Fuck you, paladin.
Yeah, get away from me. As an action, you can use this tome to cast the power word kill, power word pain, or power word stun spells.
Okay, hear me out.
Hmm.
What if you take this and you attach it to a rope and you just kind of swing it around like a mace?
I don't think you'd be able to read the book.
No. Like you run out of all the spells, right? And then you're
Ah,
just beating good people down with the the book of evil.
unfortunately, you can only cast each spell once, and after all 3 spells are cast, the tome crumbles in your hands and turns to ash.
So you could be down to your last spell and then just beating the fuck out of people with the
With
good
a
word
book.
of the bad the
Yeah.
bad
If you
word of the
ever
bad
fight
book.
like a good church or something, you're an evil wizard.
Yeah, if you're an evil wizard, you can beat children with a book.
Perfect. That's what I've always wanted.
Yeah, evil campaigns or something else.
It's not often you get an evil player.
I've tried playing an evil character before, and I think there's a certain nuance to playing an evil character that a lot of people don't
Definitely.
quite get into.
Hmm.
You see, the thing about evil is it does one of two things pretty well. One is not acknowledging that they're evil and they think they're in the right. That's a pretty common trope.
Mm-hmm.
And the other is knowing that they're evil but portraying themselves as good to fly under the radar.
Right. It's almost like the the known knowns and the unknown knowns.
Yeah, very much that. And the thing is, I would imagine that most people that are evil, you see it all the time in society, that they're not out there being like, oh, I'm going to go and kill a bunch of children today.
Mm-hmm.
No, they save that for special occasions. You don't turn into a serial killer overnight. You got to be discreet about it. You know, you can't just go killing everybody. You got to be selective. You know, it's that Doofenshmirtz thing where it's the little bits of evil that you do every day that make you evil. It's not big acts. It's just the little things.
It's just the little things, the nuances to being evil.
Yeah, and sometimes
you
evil.
Can't just go and nuke a town. You got to poison the water supply.
It's the little bits of evil that you do that make a difference. And sometimes when there's a beggar on the street, you're loaded, and they ask for money, you say no. And sometimes if your buddy's in dire straits and they really need some help, you tell them to go fuck themselves.
It's the little things.
But at the same time, being evil doesn't mean that your friends and the people you're working with aren't the exceptions to your evil.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Yeah.
You're in a party. You're a part of a team. You could even go so far as to think of your team as your family. Now, how dare somebody say something about your family, your people? Like, think of it like what the cartels do.
Yeah.
You don't fuck with the cartels. You fuck with one of them, you're done.
You're done, son.
You're done. Yeah, I've seen Breaking Bad.
There you go. All you need to know.
Yeah, Breaking Bad's a good example of how evil can be done. It's like, you don't need to be indiscriminate evil. That's just chaotic stupid. Chaotic stupid's a real alignment, I assure you.
Oh man, I believe you.
Nah, evil, good evil, you have to be like, okay, these are my people. I'll treat them right because that benefits me. But you, I don't know you. You can go fuck yourself.
There you go. Wise words from our co-host Orion.
Oh, just wait till someone takes those words and twists it into something that I never meant.
Ryan says you can kill people.
It's like when I tried to teach my son today why he shouldn't start a fight that he can't finish, or why he can't go around beating the fuck out of his sister because it's an endless cycle of them hitting each other and getting mad at each other. It's like, oh, I have this heartwarming lesson. So you understand why you can't go and hurt your sister? You got to end the cycle. Goes right into the laundry room and starts beating on her.
All right, Dad, I understand.
It's just like, why'd you do that? Well, words don't mean anything, and she didn't leave. Well,
I think she looked at me funny.
She's like, dude, you took the wrong lesson from that one.
Oh man, kids are rough.
Honestly, I'm not cut out for this shit.
I think you're doing a great job.
Someone has to think that.
All right, do you have anything else for our lovely listeners?
I'd kind of like to hear what you were thinking for next week's Monster of the Week.
Let's see. So we've done lesser demons with the imp. We've done lower devils with the bone devil. So, I'm not sure.
I had an idea.
Oh, yeah?
Well, you see, we have a guest next week.
Oh, yeah?
My dad. Yeah, we're gonna try to retread that territory, but we're not gonna do the same monster we did last time.
Right,
no.
Rest in peace to that recording.
Honestly, you will be missed. However, I'm thinking kobolds.
I do enjoy kobolds.
Yes, my dad loves kobolds, and they're so crafty in guerrilla warfare, and I can't think of a better person to have on for a kobold conversation than the man that just kicks ass at Manhunt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I could even go into the race, the PC race kobolds. I could talk about the monster race, maybe the different kinds of kobolds. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, I'm down, man. You've
Oh,
convinced me.
yeah, I like it. You've ever seen that podcast done by Team Four Star? They do a couple of them,
I
but
don't believe I have.
the Unexpectables. They have a kobold as one of the main party members, but I don't know if it's official kobold lore. But
Mm,
they do a thing where there's different scaled kobolds, and that's like, okay, those are different tribes. And
mm.
I kind of latched onto that when we run our games.
I believe so. That's how I like to think about it.
It was like, oh, hey, hail coal scale.
Mm,
Oh, it's a red scale.
yeah, I wouldn't imagine that there's as many colored variants as something like Dragonborn. Uh,
Mm.
well, definitely, maybe like just some, maybe at least the main colors: black, green, red.
Well, they got lots of like pale browns and like
Yeah, they're kind of like muddy versions of the colors.
I feel like there's a lot that could be done there. Like I'm going to throw that all over the place if I have my way with it, which
Yeah,
as a DM, I absolutely can.
yeah. I've never really done much with kobolds.
Dude, they're crafty as fuck. I hate the fact that every time I try to run a kobold encounter, my brother would circumnavigate it because his character Fira is a sassy bitch.
Hmm.
Yeah, she's a white kobold with wings, and it's just like every time,
Oh,
like I'd set the DCs high, but he had enough charisma to be able to talk their way out of shit. And there were like so many traps and guerrilla warfare tactics ready to go. It's like, but of course, the super high rolls and him being a kobold, it's like,
hmm.
okay, let's go.
That made a lot of sense. Yeah, kind of gonna beat me at my own games.
You
This is
got
what
me.
I do.
I'll never forget the time that they were doing a thing in the Acquisitions Incorporated module, and before having his body switched, he grabs the sending stone and starts screaming into it about a fashion emergency, and then his character's body goes limp. They're like, "Wow, she's very dedicated,"
A
because
fashion emergency.
they were infiltrating a wedding at a dwarven
Ah,
stronghold, and
oh,
they managed to have her as part of the group for the bride, so making sure the dress was all good. So she's just screaming into a sending stone about a fashion emergency, and she'd been working herself to death on everything else, and just passes out.
oh my god.
It was great. Our party stoner naturally had to do his best to get the groom baked,
Naturally.
as you do. Mm.
Ooh,
I'm looking forward to next week because I think kobolds will be great. We get
yeah,
our
kobolds have a lot to talk about.
first guest, and I have a guest booked for the following week.
Ah,
Ah, yes, a homebrew creator from Europe. More on
oh,
that when we get to there.
oh yeah, the one that you mentioned earlier. Nice.
Yeah, he does
Glad he
work on DM's
agreed.
Guild. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
looking
we got an
forward.
update on the icon.
Is that what that ding was?
Yeah,
Nice.
I quite like it.
Ah, I guess our fans are going to be seeing that as soon as we get this posted. Then
Perhaps.
I have expectations.
Are we about ready to close it up?
I'd say now's a good time.
All right. Thank you all for listening to tonight's episode. Hope you enjoyed our discussion on devils and interesting homebrew features.
Yeah, and we are good. See you next time, everybody.
See you next time.